Ho, ho, ho. You're stressing out because you've got so many more gifts to go. That's where I come in. Welcome to my little batch of gift recommendations. These are things that either I have done, things that I would love to do, or things that I already have and love and just want to share that happiness with you. Last year, I did a video talking about bookish gifts, so if you haven't seen that, you still need additional tips and tricks. You can check that video out. I'm very proud of that one, and I feel like I recommended some really good things, variety of price ranges, nothing that's going to just absolutely blow out your bank account. This year, I'm coming with a new and improved list. Going to be some products, experiences, ideas, and just overall fun things that if somebody gifted it to me, I'd say, oh my gosh, you know me and you really like me. Let's start with actual products. Now, the first thing that I want to talk about is a blanket. Now, these are not going to be the most expensive things in the world, but this blanket, I have a couple of recommendations of blankets that I like. I love a vintage blanket. I have blankets all over my apartment, but recently I have been really getting into the Pendleton blankets. Oh, like my husband really likes those blankets as well. I think they're really great quality, especially if you can find a vintage one. I know that there are a lot of brands like Snow Peak that does a Pendleton collaboration, something like that for a reader. Baby, we are horizontal the majority of the time, or we're sitting, we're not really moving. A blanket is key. If you don't want to spend $200+ on a blanket, which I feel like is pretty much the average price for blankets nowadays, if they're good, great, willing to pay it. I would say, okay, this is not a fancy blanket at all, honey. It's not even really a blanket, but this is an electric shawl. I will demonstrate it and we'll have a good laugh at what I look like, but I use this as a blanket. This has become a resource for me over the past 2 years in my apartment. I feel like I don't even need to use heat anymore. That's a lie. I need to use heat, but this is amazing. I sleep with this. I read with this. I feel like an advanced human life form when I use this. It has a gauge on it and you can leave it on for 10 hours. I sleep with this thing. I wake up, I'm sweating. Sauna level activity. This is by the brand Warm and Cozy, and their marketing is spot on because that's exactly what I am when I put this on. Okay, the second thing that I want to suggest, and this is not going to break the bank, but I recently had to log back into my Instagram and I begrudgingly logged back in and I hate it there, but I did realize how important a nail pick is, right? And I feel like with a lot of book people, book lifestyles, we're always posting pictures of books with our nails. I paint my nails all the time. I paint them once a week. It is a form of self-care for me. I just tune out, watch a TV show, and I paint. So I can tell you the holy grail of nail product that I have encountered in the past year is this bad boy right here. It's perfect formula, my favorite top coat, high gloss, fast drying. I love this thing. My mom got this for me a couple of years ago for Christmas. These are quite literally Christmas gifts that I have gotten that I love. I have not been able to find something that is as equivalently successful. I don't even think that's the right way to say it, but let's do it. I've repurchased this since then. Dries fast, shiny. I love it. This is my cheat code for painting my nails. I think it's about $20, but if you have a nail person in your life, this is it. The next thing that I want to talk about, this can also be a wide-ranging expense spectrum type of gift. I feel like as a reader, the introduction of audiobooks is a very big thing, at least for me. It's very important. I suggest getting headphones for the book reader in your life. I am just a classic ass iPhone lightning cord attachment. I've been using that for years, but if somebody was to get me 3 additional pairs of that, I would be so excited. I think the Apple ones are $20 and I live and breathe by them. I just feel like headphones are something that you can buy yourself, but it's a lot nicer when somebody buys it for you. I'm not going to be upset if somebody got me more headphones. Great. Add it to my collection. Can't wait to use it when I lose the pair I currently have. Okay, if we're talking about additional things that can be purchased, things that can be enjoyed, we're going into my little wallet, my little Comme des Garçons wallet. Now, I'm a big proponent of gift cards. I know that a lot of people say, no, that's really not thoughtful. That's thoughtful for me. If you know where I shop, if you know where I'm going to religiously, come on. In the United States here, we got Goodwill, baby. Okay, we have got the good of the will, I'm saying get a Goodwill gift card. Did you know that you can get Goodwill gift cards? This is an actual gift that was given to me, and I love it. I love it. This has $40 on it. Do you know how many things I've purchased from Goodwill? Half the clothes in my closet are from Goodwill. Also, I purchased a ton of my books from Goodwill. Not knowing what I'm going to be able to source from the Goodwill feels like a diving experience. Oftentimes, I go to this one particular Goodwill I've talked about before in videos, and I swear to God, I've manifested books there. I love a Goodwill gift card. I think it shows that you really know that this person is serious about thrifting, which I am. If you have a thrifter in your life, which I think a lot of bookish people are. Okay, divas, let's talk about very book-related things. So I need to start by saying Berserk has been a huge part of this channel's health and life for the past year. And if there's one thing that I can suggest, if you have somebody interested in getting into the story of Berserk, I know that there's so many varying volumes. I would suggest the deluxe volume that I am currently reading is a great gift. I thought about gifting this for my brother, but then I was thinking, he's not as much of a reader as I am. I don't want to plague him with having to read this if he doesn't feel like he wants to. But if you have somebody who has maybe either read the story or is looking to get into it, these volumes are fantastic. It's all encompassing for quite a few different chapters. I have been really enjoying my experience. I've been getting mine from the library, which is why my next Berserk videos are a little bit delayed. Don't worry, they're coming. But I would say that these are great gifts, and I personally have thought about giving these, so I can endorse this 100%. And then another gift that I think is fun, and this is something that I experienced this year. I, for the first time, was exposed to printed matter. I always knew about printed matter, but I guess I wasn't really dialed into it. I went to the New York Book Fair this year. I made a vlog about it on my Patreon, and I was so interested in seeing all the different zines. Has that ever been established? Zines, right? From all over the world. They had such a global showcase, and I was obsessed with it. I highly, highly suggest checking out Printed Matter. It is based in New York City, but I know that they're outsourcing a lot of different zines from different countries, and I just think it's so wonderful to see what each particular zine is highlighting. So many different demographics are touched upon, and just really interesting case studies into very niche subjects. If you have somebody who's maybe like a little bit more artsy, somebody who's really interested in graphic design, it's really good for the cool person in your life. Really cool. Really, really cool. This is probably the gift that I've thought the most about, and that is curating a collection for someone that you love. Hear me out. Okay. So last year I talked about Isolari Press, which I still love to this day. I suggest them. They make these really cute little books, and they look so cool on your shelves, very adjacent to Printed Matter. But this year, I think a great idea would be to focus on having a really cohesive book collection, whether it's finding really vintage copies of an author that you might like, or really delving into a particular publishing house. For example, I did like a New York City bookstore tour, and I saw an amazing New York review book collection in the corner bookshop, and I was really inspired. Like, oh wow. If I had somebody in my life that was really into books, I would just start to every year maybe get them one of these books if they take a liking to this particular cover design. Another publishing house that I would really love to get more of their books from, I just sold one of the books that I own, but I think that these are just really beautiful feeling books, and I'm always really pleased with the experience that I have with the authors. A lot of translated work as well, which I love, is Archipelago. A lot of their books are this really nice scale, a little bit shorter, a little bit squatter. I think if somebody wants like an artsy sort of looking bookshelf, these are great additions to get. Also, Archway editions. These are also really definable book covers. A lot of them are white, but again, playing with scale, playing with density, really nice feel to them, and they've been publishing really inventive and innovative works, and I think that they deserve a lot of praise because I really like what they're doing. And they reprinted Christopher Coe's Such Times, which is an awesome book. So that is my idea for if somebody's like a really big book collector. I think just honing in on what they might aesthetically be attracted to, and maybe every year for their birthday or every year for Christmas or Hanukkah or whatever holiday that they're celebrating, you can get them a book from that publisher, and it'll just kind of help to really jazz up their shelves. I think that's a really thoughtful gift. The last thing that I want to talk about that's like book, and this is something that I did this year with one of my best friends who I love. Never thought that I would be a book talk girly. I'm like saying the word talk, not talk like TikTok. I went to a David Sedaris talk back. He's promoting a new book, and he was reading excerpts of some of his favorite pieces and pieces from his new book. I bought tickets because I saw an advertisement in the Strand bookstore, and I wanted to get a gift for my really good friend who's helped me out so much this past year. Didn't know what to expect. I didn't really know how exciting an author reading from their book would be. But let me tell you, first of all, David Sedaris is a gem, so it was very easy to be entertained. But I just think that moment of bonding with somebody over a shared love of an author is so precious and such a beautiful thing to have. Nobody really will understand you like somebody who has spent hours reading from an author that you like. And when I say that my friend and I, we sat and we chuckled and we laughed for an hour and a half. We spent, I think, like $60 a piece on tickets, which we were like in the nosebleeds. It was worth it. It was an experience. It was something that I think is a great gift because I wouldn't necessarily do it on my own. I wouldn't necessarily buy those tickets for myself, but sharing it with someone or giving that experience to someone is a really nice gift. So if there's ever an opportunity to see an author in the town that you're close by that you really, really love, I say do it. I think in the grand scheme of would I get this for myself? Probably not. Will I get it for somebody else? Sure. Will I also tag along? Absolutely. And that's a great gift for everyone. And these are the last couple of things that are just because. And I think that those are also really fun gifts to give. As a reader, we love a good sock, right? I have Raynaud's, so my circulation isn't great. I'm turning all different types of colors, okay? If I don't move for a little while, that circulation is low. Okay, so I need a good sock. And I was thinking, what's a fun sock that I have that I really, really like and I think is a little bit distinct and it feels like it's handmade, because it is. And these are my Ukrainian wool socks. Now, I've had a little bit of a blowout in mine because I've been rocking these things for years. But whenever I put these on, I am immediately transported to coziness, festiveness, wonderfulness. I got these in Lviv, so I purchased these in Ukraine, but I was able to find a woman on Etsy, and I think the socks are like $17, hand sewn. That's unbelievable. I love these. They feel like a knit sweater. I also feel like you can probably make socks yourself and give them to somebody. I know that it's overdone, like I'm getting socks for Christmas, but I'm wearing them, okay? I'm wearing them. I'm wearing them much more than wearing a slipper. I'm wearing a big ass sock. Okay, and look at how festive that looks. I love it. I obviously wear these all the time. Blown out and great for sliding on floors. You want to slide on a floor, you want to bust a move. I can almost moonwalk in these. And how great is that for your self-esteem? Love it. I'm a fragrance girl. A lot of people, very similar to gift cards, they say, it's really not that thoughtful to get a candle or a lotion or a perfume. Get them for me. I want them. Last year I talked about a couple candles that I really loved, and I highly suggest getting those candles as well. I also talked about some fragrances that I was obsessed with last year, and I've since graduated onto a couple more fragrances that I want to talk about, but specifically the sample sizes. They make it a little less intimidating trying to buy a full bottle for $300+. You can get a lot of samples. Now you have to pay for samples, which I hate, but whatever. It's like $10 for a sample, which is insane, okay? It's insane, but these samples usually last over a month. I love DS and Durga. They're one of my favorites, and I love cowboy grass. Love cowboy grass. Smells Gotta really inhale that thing. This has like a very sharp smell. Don't ask me the notes. I don't know what the notes are, okay? Everybody that talks fragrances, they know the notes. I don't know the notes. I literally just smells good, okay? I've really gotten into Le Labo this year. I had a little bit of a hate affair with Le Labo a couple of years ago. I went in to buy a scent, and I thought it just smelled like Subway pee-pee. And I still feel that a little bit, but I think what is amazing about their scents is they're the longest lasting scents that I've experienced. They'll last forever, so I don't mind to spend $10 for a sample because it'll last for a month. The one that I'm currently using is the Matcha 26, which I think is a super popular scent. Oh, but that smells so good. I love that. Oleg is also using Bae 19, B-A-I-E 19. And let me tell you, I'll spray this. It'll stay on my clothes forever. Put it on a scarf. I don't wash that scarf all season. Stinks wonderfully. And what I like about these sample sizes is that I can actually just stick them right into my wallet. I just keep them in there, and it's just an easy accessory to add to the outfit if I've left or if I feel like I need a little zhuzhing up, which I often do because I sweat through everything. So there you have it, guys. That's my little holiday gift guide. I wish I was a little bit more bougie, but I'm really not. I'm a very basic and easily entertainable individual. So these are things that I actually use, things that I would be so excited to get a gift of. And I think somebody in your life might as well. I'm really into thoughtful gifts. I wish I could say that I execute that a little bit more. I don't. So it's nice to make a list that really might be a little bit different than what you're already thinking about getting. So let me know what you're thinking of getting everybody. I would love to know. Check out my video from last year. It's got a lot more things there, a little bit more purchasable things, but this is still pretty good. You guys are wonderful. You're fabulous. Thank you so much for being here. I will see you in the next one.